Welcome back, Historyology podcast. If you remember last time, as viewers could probably no doubt tell, we are recording these all at the same time. If the rest of history can do it, we can do it as well.
So, yeah, it's like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, they're...
open invitation, Tom Holland or Dominic, if you would like to appear on this podcast, let us know.
My disparaging comment just then is just that you are our direct competition.
Yeah, there's this there's this viewer that's like, rest is history or historyologist. Which am I going to choose?
And that person's already been like, nah, I've had enough of that Dan Carlin. He's too dramatic for me. I like the lighter, looser approach.
So we were talking about old mate Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Got popped off. He unfortunately copped a bullet to the neck.
From an assassin. Sorry, I'm not making light of it. It's just a funny word. Christian martyr, Charlie Kirk got assassinated whenever it was. I don't even know when it was, but it was before now. It's like, it was 25 days ago, 6 hours. 30 minutes.
Last time I made the very, very tenuous link or connection between that assassination and the fall of the Roman Republic.
Yeah.
And this time I'm going to make the equally tenuous link between this assassination and the decline and fall of the Western Roman Empire.
Sorry, it's getting all fizzed up.
About what, the Roman Empire or Charlie Kirk?
No, that was last week. Or half an hour
5 minutes ago.
No, I'm like, Rome. Why did you do what you did? Long live the emperor. I mean, republic.
So I don't want to say that this is Charlie Kirk's Christian martyr assassination is leading to the fall of the American Empire, if you want to term it that, and I do. So
I do, yes, I agree. They don't, because empire's a little bit out of fashion.
They're allergic. They've got this really, it's like ingrained in them that they any sort of kingship sort of stuff they don't like.
I'm merely the first citizen.
Yeah. But what I'm not saying that, but the interesting parallel to me is how you can have like a series of events where at the time it just seems like this is a shocking thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
It's with hindsight that you can look back and go, well, no, it's actually like a string of connected events that were all culminating in this big society-changing thing.
Well, it's like Archduke Ferdinand getting popped in 1914, and that's what started World War One. But then you listen to way more smarter people than I and other podcasts, and they can bring it back. They'll just and then talk about 1850, and they'll be like, and this and this and this, and that was this movement formed, and then I'm trying to think of a word and I can't think of it, so let's go on.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's like saying World War II started because Poland.
Hitler invaded Poland.
Yeah. It's like, well,
it started at the end of World War One.
Yeah, you just kind of everyone just cooled their jets for 19 years or whatever, and sort of got their shit together again for round two.
Yeah.
Round three pending.
So I guess the idea, and you could relate this to many different historical, like any event, really.
It's like when my parents got divorced. It was one thing, but there was a lot leading up to it.
My mum smiled at my dad and he didn't smile back.
A lack of affirmation. Or was it the waitress? Who knows? This is a train wreck. Go on.
So the Western Roman Empire had been having sort of like disaster after disaster, right? And I think it was in the early 300s, say 330,
Yep.
when Constantine the Great kind of reformed the empire and set it on a new course. And then there was all these different troubles throughout the 4th century, and then leading into the 5th century, the 410s.
Yep. It's a very light summary of...
Yeah, I brushed it over.
And then this happened.
And then this happened. 410 disaster.
Yep.
Rome got sacked by Alaric the Hun, I believe.
A barbarian.
A barbarian. He was not a civilized man. He did not know.
He knew not of the Republic.
But it was quite a shocking event for people at the time. Rome wasn't the capital of the Western Empire at that time, but it was still like a sort of a big city.
Was Alaric not like when they sacked Rome? And this is, I don't know, it's neither here nor there, but weren't a lot of the churches and stuff spared of the sacking, because at that point, despite them being barbarians, they were they'd been introduced to Jesus as well. So
could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spirit of the show. Go on.
But it was a really shocking event, and a lot of people were freaking out about because there was this idea of like a universal Roman Empire and a universal Roman Church.
Yeah.
And so
it's called Catholicism today.
Yeah. And so if Rome got sacked, it sort of calls into question the universal nature of the empire.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were freaking out. It was like, and this is where you might have heard of this Christian writer. He's often called a church father.
Yep.
Or Augustine of Hippo. He's like Saint Augustine. A lot of his writings were in response to the sacking of Rome. And this is where I'm sure you would have heard Tom Holland. You're welcome to come on anytime you want, Tom Holland.
Please. And Dom, I'm really sorry. I think I may have just besmirched your bad name, or good name.
I'd actually like Dom. He always wears like just a shirt with like just a couple of buttons undone like that.
Yep.
I like that. I like you. Look, you're all the way up to there.
Cuts deep. Cuts deep.
Anyway, welcome on the show. Just send us an email, reply to a comment. You can come on whenever you want.
I know you've been getting my letters. You can just write back to one of them and say you're not interested. It's fine. Just don't leave me hanging.
But Tom Holland traces this idea. This idea of like there's a secular realm of the world and a religion realm of the world.
Yeah.
He traces this idea all the way back to Augustine, who in response to the sack of Rome, came up with this idea of like, no, he called it the secular. There's like the mortal realm where it's like, things come and go.
Yep.
The Roman Empire being one of those, the city of Rome being one of those. And then there's like a religio aspect of reality, which is like the bond that you have as a person, as a society, as a culture to God.
Yeah.
And so that's where that idea of, well, according to Tom Holland, that's where that idea of secular and religion comes. So,
which is true. Come on the podcast.
Yes, if we say it's true, you need to come on. And so, it was like this big cataclysm. But the empire carried on. People moved on. It's sort of life carried on as normal.
Taxes were paid and
extorted. Around the same time, the British Isles were jettisoned from the empire.
Yep.
They were given the bon voyage. And they were only...
Here come the Anglo-Saxons. And they messed everything up. But then they made it nice again. So
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then, and sort of the empire was sort of reducing bit by bit over this period. The
It
barbarians
recedes.
Barbarians were at the gates. Those damn barbarians.
Those non-Romans, or
we call them gypsies today.
And gays.
And then in the 450s, Rome was sacked again.
Mm.
I think I'm confusing who it was, but
Was Attila at one point?
Maybe Attila was 410.
Yeah.
And Alaric. Anyway, Rome was sacked again.
Not by non-Romans. Yeah.
Rome was sacked again in 450 by barbarians.
Yeah.
Probably not gays, but by barbarians.
I'm sure there was the odd one amongst them. And I'm blanketly saying it.
But for people concerned, obviously it was a big event, but the empire carried on.
Yep.
In 476, that's traditionally when the last Western Empire was deposed, and various barbarian rulers kind of took over the different parts of the empire. Like you had the Vandals and the Ostrogoths and the Franks, and all these different peoples made kingdoms of various parts of the empire. The important thing is that they still said that they owed allegiance to the Eastern Emperor in Constantinople.
Yeah.
So officially, it was still in the Roman Empire. The civil kind of service carried on as normal.
Yep.
The church infrastructure carried on as normal.
Yep.
The Senate functioned as normal for centuries after the fall of the Western Empire.
Like old mate was still going to work. You know, all of this shit's going on, and over a period of generations and that, but the everyman is still going to work.
Yeah. For a lot of people, the Roman Empire still existed. It was just instead of a Roman in charge of the city, it was a Ostrogoth who was running the city.
Who still fashioned himself as a Roman emperor.
Yeah, or they were still consuls of Rome and all that kind of stuff. And it's only with hindsight that you can really look back and go, well, no, actually something changed. Something big changed. And it led to the Middle Ages in Europe. And all these events where it was just seemingly not connected, like the sacking of Rome, 410, and then this and then that. It's just like, it's not a big deal. Brush it off, move on. We're still okay.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it's like it's on the road to destruction.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we are not seeing similar times now.
The end is always nigh, but I mean it's the same as I mean, you look at like a post, pre and post World War One Europe, right? And then you extend that into World War Two as well. And there's clear sort of demarcation of a big event. And life continued, whether you want to call it a decline. Obviously, technology improved and that, and lifespans and stuff. So you can't say that, went straight into a dark age. But culturally speaking, before and after those events are very stark, and people at the time, although they would have known, big events happened, you don't
notice a change.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, does a fish know it's swimming in water?
I mean, it's like even within our lifetimes, I can remember 9/11 when I was in school.
I was going to say, like pre and post 9/11.
And then obviously you had the Middle Eastern various wars, and then there was that financial crash, and then recently we had COVID.
Yeah.
And at the time, it's a lot of the things that happened, it seemed justified. It's like as a response to that thing, but it's only now looking back that you can go, well, actually something's changed. Something's big has changed in the way that our society functions. And social media is the other one, or the internet.
Well, yeah, I mean, when social media came along, I think everyone was just, and it's great. You can sort of see when people's birthdays come up, and you can chat with your nan, and like, oh my God, you've got 2 sisters that your parents never told you about that have just contacted you on MySpace. That's a real story, or it's not. But there's a lot of people that on a day-to-day basis I get along with really well, but the way people respond and interact on social media is very different than how you do it on a personal level. And I mean, maybe it's always been there. It seems like the heat like the thermostat in the room has been turned up to 11. Might have always been that way. Maybe we just see it more now.
But something's changed.
Something's changed.
And it's hard to put your finger on what, but it's only with hindsight that you can say that something's changed. And I think this Charlie Kirk getting popped off in the neck, he didn't get popped off. He got shot in the neck, didn't he?
He got JFK'd.
He got JFK'd.
Like 6 inches lower.
But I just wonder if this will be one of those events that, because the reaction's been pretty big, but if in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, if it'll be one of those events where you look back with 9/11 and all this other stuff and go, oh yeah, that's just another event on the on the stepping stone to destruction or whatever.
Well, if you look at the reaction with Mr. Kirk, you look at what's been going on for the last 3.5 weeks or whatever. But it was only slightly over 12 months ago that Trump copped one in the ear.
Yeah.
And it was broadcast live. I shudder to think, whether you agree with the man or not, at least half of America does. And if he got JFK'd or Charlie Kirk or whatever when he did and he didn't miss by that much, I think what we're seeing now, it's extreme, but it would be a shadow compared to what would have happened if he
because Charlie Kirk, he's just a dude, he obviously had a massive social media following and all this kind of stuff.
He was going to be on the pod, but
I think we had him booked in for next week.
We just couldn't hack it.
We're working it out.
Yeah,
but it was just some dude, having a talk. If the guy that was running for president and at the time had a really solid, good shot of getting elected.
Yeah.
If he gets killed,
not good. Scary.
I think we're going to get into that next episode, part 3.
Yep.